I am not a person. I am a gay. I am a gay.
Show him saying he's a gay. There's a big butt. There's a big butt, y'all.
Ooh, I like big butts.
Which is, you know it. And this is a juicy one. Let me tell you.
Ooh.
Dana White accepted.
You're not talking into the mic.
My mic is better than yours.
Ooh.
Dana White accepted $100 million to his conservative so-called company.
I say good for him.
Oh, we got a hot take here?
That you are allowed to make money from your enemy.
Boom. Oh, hot take. Evan, why do you got to go to conclusion so fast?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God.
Right to the point.
But that is a hot take. I mean, why not take the money and run? I was singing the song. I'll cut it in right here.
But now they're spending $100 million.
Go take the money and run.
Exactly.
Go take the money and run.
But that's why I was so surprised why all these celebrities like Kid Rock were like shooting at a case of Bud Light. I'm like, why does Kid Rock drink Bud Light? Doesn't he have better alcohol?
And he paid the money to buy that Bud Light to shoot it. So it's retarded.
Yeah, so it's kind of contradictory.
Yeah, it's very contradictory.
Still
Like,
gave them
why
money.
the fuck? God, it's very stupid.
But the amount of people that have seen that and stood with Kid Rock is a lot more than the money he spent on it. So in the long run, they lost money because of what Kid Rock did. Because I'm sure a lot of Kid Rock fans said,
it's a cool video.
Yeah.
I
liked it. I liked.
Wow. So Kev, that was really deep. You're getting ancient here on Ancient Wisdom.
Ancient
accent on the wisdom because it may have cost him selling out his soul to Bud Light.
Precisely.
But you know what? It got him a lot of people who are retarded because he knows that his fans are rednecks. And he's like, yeah, that Kid Rock now.
That's it.
He don't shot the Bud Light.
He's a rich kid, though.
And it's just like, oh, man, I'm following him. Oh, it's the perfect crime if he is a rich kid. That's
He really
amazing.
is. He's from
I believe it.
Like an upscale neighborhood, upper middle class parents. Kid Rock. Look
Wow.
Isn't he an actor? Oh, that's The Rock.
Still identified as
yeah.
a kid. Oh, Chris Rock.
Yeah, no, he said The
There's
Rock.
a lot of rock actors. Might as well throw another one in there.
Cut it with the rocks, y'all.
Yeah, come on.
Too many celebrities.
That's why he decided to be a singer. He said, "There's already Chris Rock, The Rock,
He's just
Plymouth Rock." He's like, "I'm just gonna keep.
Plymouth Rock.
I'm just gonna be a musician, okay?"
It's played out. There's this new thought that sort of American women have left their traditional roots. You know, they don't want to be mothers and wives at home, but they want to go to work. They want to become feminists. All this nonsense. So people are going overseas to find women now.
Oh, this sounds like the show we always watched called 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah, exactly.
that, but
They go to mostly like Southeast Asia or like Eastern Europe.
Yeah, Philippines.
Exactly.
What's that other one?
India.
Thailand.
Thailand's a big one.
Thailand.
Yeah, Philippines.
India.
India.
Most of them come
Jenny and Sumit.
That's
from it.
We do not recommend
Wait, what's
dating
a passport
American
girl?
girls.
The
What's an
lady?
incel, Mitch?
An incel? So incel.
Of course I do, but for anybody that wants
For
to
our
know.
viewers. But there's a lot going on in
Wait,
our
you're
society.
on Team Incel?
I'm on Team Incel. I heart Incel.
I thought Incel was bad.
No, see, that's what they want you to think.
No, an Incel is like someone who can't get any.
Do you know what it stands
Supposedly.
No.
No.
for? It stands
Educate
for.
us. That's why we're here.
It stands for.
Okay, are we gonna look up Incel on the internet though?
Oh, I
Because-
got the robot going right now. You
Yeah.
can ask anything.
So Evan's in charge of the
but
robot
it's not gonna
station.
Be good.
It's AI.
It depends on your perspective, you
Oh,
see.
I was giving you what incel.
Oh, guys, I've got my Android.
I see Steph needs some convincing. I
The
understand.
acronym.
Guys, you're scaring me.
Let me just
Listen,
introduce.
relax and just listen to what they have to say.
Okay.
The
Even if you
acronym.
feel
I'm
deep
listening.
hatred and
Hello?
whatever, open up your open your little.
Despite your
Guys,
anger
guys,
and
the
deep
conjunction.
hatred.
I
The
am
conjunction
not a
function.
judgmental
I'm not
or-
calling you judgmental.
What do you got?
Involuntary celibate.
There you
Is
go.
what incel stands for.
Yeah, I feel.
Okay, let me ask you, what scares you about incels?
A lot of them have done like some shady shit, and they're woman haters.
So she's referring to the couple of incels that went
No, that's-
real bad.
Oh, the extraordinary gentleman.
Oh,
Shooter.
yeah.
The supreme gentleman.
Oh, I
The one
just
that
learned
in the
about
car,
him.
in the
Yeah.
video. In the video when he's talking.
I gotta see that. Oh, that sounds so
You
cool.
remember that?
I was
really
watched
gotta
that when
look
I was
that
like 12 years old.
He's
I
like,
told you
I am
that.
the most polite man in the world, and I cannot get a
Is that
woman.
not what an incel is?
So
That's
he
him.
made
That's what he is.
Deep. I
there
like
are
that,
plenty
Kev.
of incels, but that's what he is, and he sadly has to represent. I understand where you're
No,
coming
that's
from.
a great point.
When I saw
No,
that, I
then-
said, I love incels. I
Okay,
thought of that guy,
then
and I
what-
said, wow, how can you
then
heart
what
him?
is an incel?
Then I said, wait a
You
second.
just said
He was his own
involuntary
person.
celibate.
Facts.
I
Much
get
like
it.
anything, we sort of loop it together, especially with today's modern media. But when we hear
If you
incels,
can't
we
get
think
any,
of this
though,
guy.
Like, that's fucked up.
I didn't get any until I was 18, and that was only because it was like.
Yeah. And you gotta
That's
think.
crazy.
But think about it from a masculine perspective. You know, girls could just like shake their butt on the streets,
It's
and
true.
anybody would sleep with
I can do
them.
anything I want. I can
Literally.
get any sex I want, anytime.
We got an honest woman
So
here
you
on
have
the
to
show.
understand how guys feel. It's the complete
Yeah.
opposite for guys.
Yeah. Think
I
about
know.
the
We
exact
compared-
opposite.
There's so many guys
So
out
we
there.
met on Bumble.
Yep.
We met on Bumble. And we've been together almost 3 years.
That's a dating app for all you guys.
Yeah, if y'all don't know. Kevin, have you been on a podcast before?
There was like but we compared our Bumble accounts
Yep.
when we met.
Yeah, right.
Or a little bit.
You had
after.
10,000, he had 2.
Yeah,
It's just that's. But the thing is, that's not even you. That's men and women. That's what it is.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a unique scenario.
It's messed up, I'm saying.
Yeah. You
That's
know,
what I'm saying.
but you know what?
I'm not
I wouldn't
saying
even say
I'm,
it's
like,
messed up.
great. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
we know
saying,
you're not
I'm
saying
saying it's
No.
messed up. I
Yeah.
don't know if we can swear.
But the thing is, no, you can do what you want,
You're
girl.
demonetized.
Oh my gosh, big
Lost the
words.
podcast. But I wouldn't go so far as to say it's messed up. I feel like it is just
The egg?
what it
Incels.
is.
Oh, incels?
Incels.
still?
Yes.
The eggs. she's
I'm
like,
branching away from the eggs. Thank you
Yes,
very
the
much.
eggs are over.
The eggs are done. They're part of the past.
Why do you love incels, man?
Why do I love incels?
Well,
Because
show me a good incel.
Well, here's the
Okay,
thing. Here's the thing,
you?
Steph.
You're not an incel, are you?
nobody knows.
He could be.
The secret's out.
I know.
But think about what the media does, right? Everybody picks a side and they show the most potent one. Like we were talking about Nietzsche the other week, a 19th century philosopher from Germany. And he was talking about how he hates the Christian church. And then it finally hit me. After all this deep, why did he hate them with such vitriol? Why did they hate them?
Because he did not understand them.
Because I'll tell you why. He read all the accounts of Christians. And what are the accounts of Christians? Is when Christians did huge things. The Crusades, the Great Schism, Martin Luther, and the 95 Theses.
These are terrible things.
These are
yes.
huge
Yeah.
and
Monumental,
terrible
terrible
events.
things.
Because
Yeah.
we only
Correct.
hear about terrible events. Think
Correct.
about it.
It's
We don't hear about
Like the news.
old Martin Luther helping the woman across the street.
That's true.
That's what they always say. Yeah. You
Because
always hear
media,
on the
even from the
news.
beginning, books itself, the news, it's always the same. I won't say it's the Jews. I'm not saying that. But throughout time, they have given you the fluff stories, the big stories, the stories that catch your attention, the ones that
are looking for a rise out of people.
boom. Couldn't have
Looking
said it
for-
better myself. Cause a stir.
I see what you're saying. They like to throw fire.
Sensationalism.
Sensationalism. That's a
Throwing
good
fire
word.
into the dumpster fire, or whatever you say, like
Pouring
gas
gas
into
on
the
it,
dumpster
yeah.
fire.
Gas on.
So that's what you're saying. We're all basing our
dumpsters
lives
on
off
fire? You
of
heard?
these people that were judged off of people throwing their garbage into a dumpster fire, and that's what we're basing our history off of, is people.
Exactly.
That were based on the media.
There's
what
so
we
much
read about.
good that people have done, but like nobody cares about the good. If I told you I helped an old woman across the street, you're like, I don't care. But if
Well,
I
if you
told
told me
I
you
crashed
tripped an
my
old
car,
woman-
Well, it
yeah,
depends.
boom, there you go. But if I
I
tripped
would
that
remember
old
that.
woman,
Even if you helped 100 across the
Exactly.
street,
It's
I'd be like,
funny.
yo, Mitch, that's the guy that tripped that lady across the street.
boom, people care more about their failures
Yeah.
than they do about their successes in
Well,
so many
true.
ways.
That's
It
true.
depends, unless they focus on it.
Right.
Because, like, that show, What Would You Do?
What would you do
With John Quinones.
with Judd
Literally, that's how I live my life. Like, I'm gonna get caught by John. I'm always saying that. I'm always like,
John Quinones.
I'm always like,
She thought it was 2 seconds ago, but you can't say that about transgenders.
John
Bud Light.
Quinones is gonna
John
come out.
Jonas is in the fucking basement.
She's running away.
He's hiding in the
Seriously,
closet.
though.
God.
No, he always comes
I'm out of here.
Hi, I'm John
Anytime I've helped
Quinones.
someone like in a parking lot or like at a casino, I'm like, oh my gosh,
On a
this is my
podcast.
time. What would you do? I'm gonna
bring
be
him
on
in.
TV.
There he is.
And he
Steph,
never-
listen, we've got a surprise for you.
We've got an incel right here.
So this is interesting.
those strippers.
This is interesting. Oh,
Oh shit!
I'm gonna
That's a
fight the
terrible
incel
place.
nature and go to a strip club. I'm a man now, right?
Yeah.
You respect
No,
me
wait,
now, right?
What?
Oh, am I
No.
worthy?
I'm endorsing these free women.
Pay
No.
bitches for sex? Yeah.
No,
Oh
most
yeah.
of the insults that I've heard of on the internet, though.
You got it, pal. You've heard of it on the internet.
Where else am I gonna hear?
You
about
got it, pal.
Where the fuck
Where
else?
else are you gonna hear about it?
There's a guy
Where else?
underneath you that is gonna
You
be
have
mad.
PTSD.
There's a McGrelly
Where
underneath
else are you gonna hear about it, guys?
Neighbors
Nowhere.
yelling at
He
That's
is
the
just
thing.
stomping your feet.
There are people out here. It's much like the Israel-Palestine thing going on right now. Like people pick a side because it's sensationalized. Good word.
I gotta
Yeah,
get a
I
hot
haven't
take.
picked a side.
Go for it.
Who's the serial killer that all the women wrote love letters to?
Charles Manson.
He was not very celibate. He got it in.
Yep.
He was very attractive. He
But the fact that he couldn't get it
Talk
in
to
did not
women.
make him a
Yeah,
murderer,
but I'm saying
psychopath,
there's men
rapist.
who hate women for no reason.
true.
Why is it no reason?
Because a woman was mean to them once, and
That's a
women-
reason, but it might not be the right reason.
Ooh, very deep, very deep. I
But
like
it is a reason.
You're right.
Hey, you know, you could say the same thing about everybody, but the thing is, when we don't understand people, we put them into categories. Because, you know, anyone could easily say, oh, feminists are all bad. Oh, but then you think about, oh, these
but
women
the
have
feminists
misandry.
nowadays are different than the feminists of yesteryear.
That's a good point.
that's
How do you feel
because of
about
the
that?
trickery.
I believe
Of
in
the
the
media.
feminists of yesteryear, but the feminists nowadays are scary.
Yeah, it's something else. It like much
The
like
feminists
anything,
aren't
it becomes
actually
a
defending
mental
their feminism.
disease.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's the
problem, is
and that's
they've-
why I
they've
hate
gone
women
off-
most of the time.
Isn't that funny?
Did you know?
Most women
Whoa,
hate
Steph,
women.
are you saying you're misogynist?
Yes.
Oh
She's
my
misogynist.
You
god!
don't
It's almost
defend all
like you
women?
like incels.
Misogynist.
She's massaging this.
Is that
I know.
coined?
I'm the OG incel, basically.
Sick. Hell yeah.
But no.
Damn, Steph is an
Incel?
OG incel. We got
scares
one.
me. Don't say that.
It's
So it-
because of what you remember the word from.
Hot.
You're
hot
bringing
take.
back. You know what I mean? Like you're bringing
These
back, you're
buzzwords,
associating
for sure.
a certain word with
I
a certain
know.
emotion you have felt once in your life, so you're automatically relating it to that. And
You ever think about like this Palestine
Nothing wrong
Israel
with
thing
that.
that's
There's
going
nothing wrong
on
with
right
that.
now?
It's completely
You know what
human.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everyone's taking a
That's what's
side. Have
happening.
you noticed that? The Israel Palestine?
Russia, Ukraine.
Russia, Ukraine, everybody's taking a side. But
They're
the thing
pushing you
is,
to,
are
it's
you
the
against
news.
killing or are you not? Are you against the murder
It's
of innocent
simple.
people?
Yes,
I
it's
am.
simple.
It used to be left wing to be anti-war.
It's
Now you're
scary.
right
Isn't
wing.
that funny? Yo, I had this teacher in second grade, funny story, right? Who clearly, you know, we live in a liberal indoctrination
invaded
camp.
fucking-
And she was just like, these conservatives, they love war and racism.
Oh my God! She's
But
so
the
she's so
Democrats
misinformed.
are beautiful, shining stars of our civilization. They love equality and
Democrats?
peace.
Wrong.
But then, at that very moment,
Saying something.
I realized I might be a Republican.
What are you, Jeff Foxworthy?
happening?
You might
Oh
be a
my
Republican.
God.
You might be a redneck.
Which brings us up to our word of the day here on Ancient Wisdom.
Is this Pee Wee's Playhouse?
You know it is, girl. What can we know?
Epistem-
Epistemology. Have you heard that word, Kevin? Have you heard that word, Steph?
It sounds a lot like
I think so. but I don't think he
epistemology.
has. But I'm not sure what that means.
But you guys are
to be
being so
honest.
real right now, so I'll encourage you to live and speak your truth because that's what we care about here on Ancient
Well,
Wisdom.
homology is a
Evan, what do we got for
something.
epistemology? Woo! Steph knows her ancient tongues.
No, I just I just know my syllables.
Why am I looking at
Homology
a brain?
is a
She could be a
study,
rapper
so-
over here. You got it.
I thought she was about to read verbatim what I had.
Damn! About to shout out.
Epistemology is the branch of philosophy that deals with the study of knowledge, including its nature, origin, and limits.
Oh.
It explores questions about what knowledge is, how we acquire it, and how we can be justified in believing what we claim to know. Man,
Yeah.
tying it all back to the incels, as usual, Mitch.
Boom!
That's
Thank you,
insane,
brother.
man.
I try my best to not get too fucked up to host, but we're doing our thing.
How do we do this? I don't understand how this
Epistemology.
works.
So let me break it down, right?
I
So-
understand what he said.
Oh my God!
Okay, go. Go on.
No, please, Steph. I insist.
No.
Please, Steph.
Mitchell,
I
please.
would be remiss
Mitchell, shut the hell up.
if I did not.
Remus.
I don't even know what I was saying anymore.
Makes sense. Epistemology. What can we know? That's the theme of today's show. What can we know? Who do we know? Why do we think we know? Are we going to find out tonight on Ancient Wisdom?
Maybe.
I don't know. After this Burger King commercial, maybe.
Let's start off with some scientists agree, shall we, Poge?
Oh.
In this week's episode. Whoop, whoop.
I represent science. That's dangerous. You are attacking science, Dr. Anthony Fauci. You are doing something detrimental to society. You are attacking science. I represent science. You do not know what you are talking about.
You do not know what you are talking about. So we want to know, what are you talking about? What do you know? What can you know? And my buddy Poe just brought up a beautiful article from, I believe, the Scientific Foundation of America.
Mitchell,
I thought you
thank
were
you.
going to say Scientology.
Mitch,
That'd be more factual.
Mitch, thank you. This
close.
our scientist here. Thank you, Mitch, for that brief introduction.
But it goes,
Our friend, our scientist, agrees that after decades of study, he concludes that we have no free will.
Pressure is me. It's okay.
Stephanie, do you
That was
believe in
powerful.
God?
In Guad.
God,
That's right.
I believe in that there was a Jesus.
Wow, you sound like you want to
And
say
I
no.
believe that there's
That was like a roundabout way of saying no.
No, y'all. You
know
know
he
how
existed,
I
but-
believe.
You sound like you want to say
You know
no.
how I feel. Maybe I would have
science,
accepted
you
it more if I was just more of a standard Christian.
Came along to it yourself.
Right, but my family is all about the
Like Saturday,
Catholic.
like,
Oh, I didn't know
Sunday
that.
morning,
Really?
Sunday
Your parents like
evening.
the
My grandparents were like hardcore, but they were good. See,
They were the good ones.
They were actually good people.
Yeah,
didn't go on any
they were
crusades.
They were like they would help.
Basically, they were like
would be,
missionaries.
like helping the sick.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
They're
giving
missionaries?
to the church.
That does sound pretty cool.
You don't hear about the good stuff though.
Oh, Steph, she's coming around. That's hot. See, that's a hot take.
There you go.
But
they
my
were running the
parents-
church.
We've discovered some
parents,
real Christians.
They only
Catholics.
go on Christmas.
Oh,
Those
phony alert.
two-timers, they'd say.
We got a phony
They go
alert.
on Christmas and Easter.
Just Christmas and Easter.
God.
Two-timers, my dad.
Oh,
would
I
say.
see. God's only important up for 2 days.
That's why I would
Yeah.
never.
Oh, I see.
That's why I would never want to go
I
on
felt
Easter
like
or
it was
Christmas. I'm
a
like, I'll be the
chore.
one that everybody looks at, like, oh,
It
I
was
don't
like a
recognize
chore
you.
to
You don't
me.
belong here.
I had
This
to
is
go to
God's
church
house.
at
You should
school.
welcome me with open arms. And that's why I didn't like going to church, because every time I went to a church, I'm like, you know the
Like,
faces that come around here.
I had
When you
to-
see a new face, you walk up to them
Yeah.
and you welcome them and say, hey, thank you for coming to the house of God. It's
man.
nice to see you,
It
buddy.
should-
Wow.
I would do that if I was a part of the church.
Why is it so
Say the
segmented?
prayer, give a handshake, get the Eucharist, go and pray some more.
It's so calculated. They have it.
fucked.
They have
No, that
the-
is a good point. The Catholics are weird. You know, they say, oh, we go back to Jesus. We go back to Peter, the first pope.
Yeah.
But they have the biggest churches. They spend the most money talking about the golden calf. They have all these weird rituals, drinking the blood and eating the body.
Mitch, I'm Catholic, so what?
Fuck you.
What do you want?
Like,
You want to go
right.
outside? You want to go
I
outside?
got
You a
Catholic-
fraud.
You wanna go
don't
out-
know about no Saint Peter?
You want to go outside and talk about saints?
Listen.
You want to go debate?
Oh,
What about
I
Saint-
think about
the
Saint Anthony.
Okay, allow me to get through
Okay,
a
so
brief
we're just not gonna
paragraph
talk about-
What are we, the news?
of
now?
Tao Te Ching. Yeah, we're
This
ancient
happened.
wisdom. We're not current events.
I'm
That's a
sorry.
section.
I'm sorry.
We'll get you your own
Hey,
podcast,
when
Steph.
we-
Don't worry. But this is pretty deep, right? Because the thought of
Thanks.
religious nature leads me to the ancient Eastern tradition of the Tao Te Ching. Tao Te Ching, chapter 13. Both favor and disgrace are to be feared. Great status is troublesome, like the body. What does it mean to say that both favor and disgrace are to be feared? Not living up to favor, you are in fear. Favor being lost, and you are in fear. This is why favor and disgrace are to be feared. What does it mean to say that great status is troublesome like the body? I suffer greatly because I act as though I exist. But if I had no body, what suffering would I endure? Therefore, if the body acts as the world, he can be entrusted with the world. Love the body as the world, he can support the world. If the body acts as the world, he can be entrusted with the world. Love the body as the world, and he can support the world. It's almost to say that status is troublesome like the body is troublesome. We drag around our body all day, every day. We struggle to wake up. Much like status, we have to live up to this certain thing. We have to live up to what people think of us. We have to live up to these stereotypes and these constant battles between ideologies.
Yeah.
It's true. You're always
We're constantly being
chasing
pulled in
something.
every direction.
Right.
Kind of like how you illustrated there. That was like, I understood what you were saying. Like as a human, you're constantly being judged, and as
There's
society
never
tells you that you should act
end.
this way, or you should be this way, or
Deep.
I see what you're saying. I see
Yeah,
what
and
you're
it's much like having a body in itself, the home, the vessel, if you will, for the spirit.
What do we do then?
What do we do? Damn,
She's like
Steph,
right
you
to
are getting
work.
deep.
Sorry, she's like right to work. Like as a
No,
project
you
manager,
know-
she's like, all right,
I'm
this is gonna
scared.
cost this much. Like let's do it.
No, I'm not. I'm scared for everybody.
We have a lighter view here on
I don't
Ancient
know what to
Wisdom.
do
Like, you
with
know, we like
myself.
taking
No.
light.
Steph is getting deep though.
Impedable
She is
doom.
getting deep,
Thoughts
though.
we
She is
need
getting
to
deep. Mitch, I'll
consider.
let you take that.
Yeah, Mitch,
Both
take that.
favor and grace. Here we go.
Impedable doom. Sorry, not
Both
boom.
favor and disgrace are to be feared. Give it a shot.
I'm calling the cat, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
All right.
For the love of God.
Okay.
Wait, I'm thinking about this. Hold on. Say it again.
Yes. When you're in disgrace, it's almost like the
No
Tao
one
doesn't
wants
even
to be
say.
disgraced.
Nobody wants to be disgraced. Deep, right off the bat. Nobody wants it. It checks that off right off the bat. Nobody wants that. But is great status and favor also
Because you have to
troublesome?
maintain that status.
Deep.
Whoa.
How so? We're being deep in here. This is fucking hot.
Oh no, you put me on the spot.
Oh, it's Steph. That's fucking sick. All right, so
Dude, her seat's on fire.
that seat is on fire. Wish we could get a background. We're in the hot seat. So I've even felt it in my life. Let me start there, right? You guys let me know what you think. Where somebody thinks something of you, whether it be incel, whether it be epistemology, anything you could think of. They have this idea of you, but it's not true. It's just an idea, much like
Because
free
of
will,
what
much
they
like thinking of the
remember
Lord.
of that.
A
of
certain
what they
feeling that was
associate that.
evoked.
Yeah.
A parent, a news,
Right.
a story,
Right.
a feeling, because feelings are more
Absolutely. It's
powerful
we
than
connect.
actual
That's how
facts.
we connect.
Our
Our brain works that way.
That's right.
Aren't we going right back to anatomy or whatever? What were we talking about earlier?
Epistemology. You got
Oh.
it. You got it, pal.
Anatomy, epistemology.
close enough.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And
We're
much like
describing
what
how
we
the
were
brain
talking
works.
about earlier, it's harder to gain favor with people. It's easy to gain disgrace with people.
That's
Interesting. Interesting.
Just like us hearing about the bigger stories, not the
Yeah.
insignificant stories. It's just
Right.
like, how often does someone pay you a compliment? Or like, how often does someone give you favor?
Praise you for
Give
what
favor.
you've done or whatever.
Right.
But if you do anything minuscule wrong, they will
gosh,
quickly
you know
go to you.
that.
Just like me, if you miss my small fries. If you forget my
He
small
will
fries,
flip
at
out this
Chick-fil-A,
real
bro, I
question
walked
over
in
here.
there like, excuse me, I was just in the drive-thru. I'm missing a small fry. Like, but if they made that food great and I finished eating it, I wouldn't walk in there and say, guys, hold on a second, you guys are awesome. That food is great. That would never.
Kevin, I have my doubts about
You
you.
say, oh yeah.
I would never take my time,
Yeah.
go in there and congratulate them for making my food great.
Well, that's
But-
a deep point.
But it happens all the time.
Right.
But the one time they mess up and they calculate one item and miss my...
Sick.
I walk in there like, hey, you guys fucking suck. Where's my fry?
Right.
So I
So that brings
completely
up
get
a
what
good
you're-
point. Like,
I
why do we
get what you're
expect
saying.
people to be successful? You know, you get your order right. You're like, good. You should have got, you know,
Right,
the
right,
general
right.
idea. Not you.
As I
particular.
expected it to
As
be,
I
man.
expected.
Right.
As a- you know, I wonder why that is, right? We expect people to be perfect, even though we know that we ourselves.
Yeah.
Take the mote out of thine own eye.
It's true.
Before you reach for another.
It's true. I make mistakes all the time.
I would like to say to that,
Yeah.
that if you were to congratulate a McDonald's worker, a fast food worker, go in there, something like that, he or she might find it very patronizing, and it was like, get this asshole out of my restaurant.
Hey, I just want to tell you.
All I did was dip these fries.
Sorry.
I just want to tell you, you did an amazing job.
I feel like you did that once. Shut up. This isn't
We're not
bad.
supposed to advertise other programs on a podcast. It's Podcast 101.
Then hit him up for
I will not.
shout out.
I think Poach is the only one.
Oh,
Vaccinated?
I'm vaccinated so hard.
How many vaccinations
I
did
took
you
like
get?
all of them. I feel really bad.
Oh my God.
Like 6 of them?
Yeah, I feel bad.
I recently took an autopsy of Poach's brain. This is what it looks like.
I took like all of
Is
them.
he gonna turn into a zombie?
Yeah. I took like all the vaccines.
Does he have that?
I recently took an autopsy of Poach's brain. This is what it looks like.
Oh my God, guys. It hurts.
There it is, y'all. Poach's vaccinated brain
It feels like this.
has been, I thought I'd dig into it, see what really is going on,
They
know.
did this to me.
And I
in the
said, Poach, you'll be
hospital.
fine. I'll stitch you back up. Don't worry.
They told me about this.
I
and
just want to really take a look and
tell
check
you
what's
that.
inside. Oh! What the hell is that?
We do
My mom
drywall, so we're not
guilted
spreading it to
me
you. We're just
into
working.
getting a flu shot every year.
I feel like that's even worse from what I hear.
Until I was like maybe a couple of 5 or so years ago, 5-6 years ago, I said no more because every year I got a flu shot. I got sick with the flu.
Oh,
And then
shit.
people started telling me, I'm like, yeah, I've literally had the flu like every year, and and people were like,
I get the flu shot.
people were
I
like,
just don't know.
people
I
were
hear
like,
that
that's
time and
not
time again.
normal though. Like,
And as soon as she
No.
stopped getting the flu shot, she stopped getting the flu.
Yo.
Is that a coincidence
What an
or?
absolute
my mom
joke.
always said,
Come on.
you better get that shot. You have asthma.
Gonna shoot you
It
with
could
the
have
flu.
been way worse.
But at a certain
Symptoms.
point, like the facts are out there that this stuff is not good. The CDC has admitted it, that it causes myocarditis, brain inflammation.
Thank you.
All this
There's
stuff. Like, it is
documented
out there.
cases.
But
There's
people that
documented
are
cases.
stuck in their way of thinking, it amazes me. And it really does come back to our original point of just like this judgment. It's weird that there's this culture around judgment, these thoughts that where only a certain opinion is valid because it was on the news. The news said, I have to take this
Yeah.
vaccine. But it turns out that the news and the media industries are run by the same people. It doesn't matter if it's Fox or CNN, it's the same thing. You really have to know how to look at it. And it's all foolish. The fact that somebody can be convinced against their better judgment to take an experimental medication. Experimental. The fucking bill was called warp speed. Who wants to take a medication that's been warp speed?
Sensationalism again. It's like, whoa, I could warp
Exactly.
to a cure and like forget all this ever
Boom!
happened.
Like magic. You don't think about a scientist
Science is
who has to
magic.
do his due diligence and find out the cure and actually test it on creatures? No, we skip through all that because of warp
We warped
speed.
it.
And we get
Remember
this.
warps? Can I tie back to what you were saying about the news and the impressions that they give us? The epistemology, we don't know the origin of where our news and our sources come from. It's just people are hesitant to even say that the news taught them to take it. Like you ask them, where'd you
Interesting.
learn to take this? They would not say the news. They'd be like the
CNN.
scientists
Oh, very interesting.
who then educate the news.
My big thing was when they shut down exits to grocery stores, entrance and exits, and they made it you can only go in and out of one exit.
my God.
I said you should be busting holes in walls and saying everybody gets their own personal exit.
Yeah.
Why are they trying to shuttle people through one small space?
That's a good point.
When that started happening, that's when I really questioned. Hold on a second. I took a step back and said, "Does this make any sense?"
Yeah.
We're and then with the curfews,
Whoa.
so we're gonna funnel everybody,
curfews.
everybody that plans on going to that place instead of some people planning it for 10, midnight, 1. No, everybody's got to get there by 11. So everybody that's planning on going there are gonna all of a sudden be there at the same
All
time. So
at
what is the curfew
once.
doing?
Wow.
If anything, it's spreading it like
Make it
wildfire.
24/7.
Makes
Like
sense.
wildfire.
Kev, your hottest take of the fucking day. Let's
don't
go.
get it.
It sounds like a powerful moment. Like even I could hear it in your voice. The fact that you were thinking for yourself in that moment and you saw it and he says, "Wow, this does not make sense."
Right.
Why
I
would
thought
they
for myself.
funnel us all into one area?
I took a step back and said, "Wait a second. This doesn't like logically make any
Yeah,
sense.
but I'm
If I was
not-
trying to stop a disease from spreading, I would try to stop people from going through
I
the
have
same
not
space.
spoken
Right.
to
If
one
there's more spaces for
person
people to
who
go in and
thought
out,
that
there's
made
less
sense,
human
though.
interaction.
Right.
The Kindle came out, Kindle Fire.
Because it got hot.
No.
I'm with you.
No,
I'm with
saying,
you.
Kindling burn.
Are
you know.
they saying burn books?
Oh,
Like, get rid of all the
shit.
books in the world?
Oh, that's pretty deep. That's a hot take. Look at Steph getting
for
deep.
A book, Kindle Fire, like burn the books. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
that's just crazy talk.
I mean, that's not too
Why'd
crazy.
they call it that though?
Books are
Yeah,
still
they
burned.
are. They're
You're saying
pretty
Jeff
bad.
Bezos is a
I
Nazi?
mean, they're burning books more than ever. All books are like banned now. You're not allowed to read about anything.
Yo, I
Can't
heard.
read To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yup. Guys, this has been Ancient Wisdom. I think the star of our show today is Steph Alejandro Enrique Dario Barrique Honto.
Me?
Yes, you.
You win, Steph. You ready for your prize?
Not that.
No, you were
I don't
filming
get to
it.
spin it.
No, you don't.
It's fun.
What is that?
I don't know.
I have a
Painting.
run.
What is that?
You get to end the show, Steph.
No, that was
is
not
that?
end. It was something else.
Guys,
I don't think I
This
want
has
to know what
been
that
ancient
is.
wisdom.
What is that?
break the conditioning and return to ancient
Is
wisdom.
that my
Now,
face up
Steph, you say
there?
it.
It's all just a social construct.
Wait, go to her.
Is that my face up there?
Say it again.
It's all just a social construct.
Is that my face?
Damn. 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 Thanks for watching, y'all.